Hey, YouTubers and friends! You know what night it is, right? It's Tuesday night, and here on Tuesday Night Hangout Live, we have, of course, Toledo Jazz, Dano, and one of our favorite vixens, Angela, tonight, and I, with our special guest tonight, Scuba Sonia. Oh, you should hear these clowns behind me, man. Good thing they're muted. But don't go away because I'll be right back with the crew and our special guest for another great episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. Hey, YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with Toledo Jess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I.
Oh, there you go. No,
now you're unmuted.
Be quiet, Jesse. We're unmuted.
See what I put up with? No. Would rather no better guys and gal to go through what I go through with.
Have a good time doing it.
Are we live already?
We're live, Jesse.
Well, you should
We're
let us know
live.
we're live, you know.
We're live.
Nice.
Your mic's hot. We're live.
Hey, didn't you say something earlier, Ed, about happy birthday to Mr.
All time,
Lodack?
but not to them. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, first off, you're right, Dano. It's Mr. Lodack's birthday today.
Oh, it is. Happy birthday, Mr. Lodack.
Happy birthday, Mr. Lodack.
Greatest moderator.
Happy birthday.
Greatest, the world's greatest
It is
moderator.
his birthday today. He has become another year old as dirt.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt, huh, Dan?
I'm trying to get my health back.
We also had a nice raid from our dudes over at Jersey History Hunters.
Yep.
Audra and Rach, they're totally awesome.
Age rocks.
They rock for sure.
Dude, can we get a version of Happy Birthday for Mr. Lodack?
Not for me.
Last time we did
Angela?
that, had to keep our volume down.
Everybody left.
Wasn't it like, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you? Sounded
Thank you,
like a
Ed,
punk
for the
version.
rendition.
Kind of a chaotic
we all
mess
do the
of Happy
Beatles?
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
No. We with Beatles, we might get a copyright infringement on that. Shh.
The way we sound, I doubt it.
Let me friend.
Well, I see an excellent group of people in our chat room tonight. And one new subscriber also.
Yeah, I saw that. I see Susan Hamilton. Hi, Susan. And Jeff Smithgold.
Feel the same way about you too, Mama's Gone
And our
Detective.
favorite Ed, the other Ed, HD
Yes.
Shovel Ed. What's up, buddy?
I want to make a big, huge shout out to everybody that participated last night for Judy and Ed.
Yes.
Barb, GoPro Unlimited, Jeff Otworth, Ron F., Mr. Lodack, Eminem Prospecting, Jason Keith Prospecting, Down East Metal Detecting and Prospecting, Randy, Scotty, Tony. Oh, shoot. What's Eric's last name? Eric something or other. I'm really sorry, dude. I'm partially blonde. Well, summertime, I'm totally blonde. Placer Chaser popped his head out from wherever he's been hiding.
Right.
Thank you, Placer Chaser. Nikki, our good friend from New South Wales, my Vegemite lady.
And she showed up.
And
Showed up.
yeah, she just showed up. And last but not least, it was Eric Brandt. David Villa. I said Barb already. And for the donations on the giveaways or on the drawings, rather the raffle, whatever you want to call it, Toledo Jess and I, but especially Robinson Prospecting for the surprise little donation. And last but not least, out of the people that bought spots, our very own Ruby Mendez, the woman behind Jesse Mendez, Toledo Jazz.
I got nothing on that. All I know is it's not sharp, so.
but yeah, there's one of the prizes. There's another one right there. GoPro Unlimited.
Oh yeah, and
Richard Davis. Richard Davis won the Nugs pickers.
Okay.
Do you see something extra in there, buddy? And Ron F won the Gold Claw, the new production Gold Claw. Oh, and speaking of that, Dano, I have yours and Patrick's, and the one I'm shipping out to Mr. Lodak for his birthday.
For his birthday. Happy birthday
To you, Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator. What's this? Oh, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes in a $10 super chat. Oh yeah, super chat. Thank you, Mr. Lodak.
What a man.
You know, in all seriousness, that guy's like totally awesome.
Yep.
Totally awesome.
And we definitely appreciate him. He does a lot. He does
not just for us, but others.
Well, here, Sonia, remember what we were talking a little while ago? You can hardly keep up with what's happening in the chat room.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, right? If it weren't for him, we would not be able to get rid of the spammers and the trolls, because he keeps a tight rein on that stuff for us.
Oh, he's quick. He smells them coming. Oh, look at that name typing. Oh, I've seen that guy around before. And he's really on his toes. Nancy, Ambient Girl, Relic Hunter,
Ambient
welcome. Tinks, 1463, hello. All the way from Ireland. It's good to have you. Iffy Signals.
Hi, Terry Marshall.
Terry, hello.
Dan Anderson.
Dennis
And
Henry.
again, hi, Nikki.
Madison,
Nikki, yeah,
Maine.
Oh, look, Scuba Sonia's in the house.
Hi, Scuba Sonia. She's our guest tonight. Should be really
Oh,
cool.
that's right.
Thanks for subscribing,
What
CJ.
else we missed? Finding Goodies, too.
Kay's digging it. Welcome.
So,
Finding Goodies, too. Thank
yeah. Luke Duke. Michael Busybee detecting.
you. Hey, Michael, how you doing? I saw you earlier, but so many people saying hi, Ed. You know, I just said hi, everybody. I cheated.
Kay's digging it. We're digging it too, Kay. So, Ruby and I decided we'd go hit this new restaurant here in Toledo called
Oh, is this
The old bag of nails.
the Old Bag of
Toledo
Nails.
Jess's Rant?
No, just a little shout out.
Oh, okay. They must have served good food.
Oh, dude. Oh. It's called the Old Bag of Nails. It's on the river, so it's kind of cool. It's not too bad a price. But they had lobster rolls. Ooh, I've never had lobster rolls before, but they were awesome. They got awesome. It was just really, all the food was good there tonight. The service is good.
The manager stopped by.
The manager stopped by, wanted to make sure we had what we needed and everything was good. And they took care of us, unlike the other place we went to the other day where I got lousy service in a restaurant that only had like 10 customers in it, and her excuse was somebody called off. What? So she didn't get a tip. Now tonight's waitress got a good tip. She did really well. I when I go out, I appreciate a waitress that realizes that I'm paying for a meal. I'm paying to sit there and relax and have a nice meal, and not have to keep asking for this or that. Hey, what about this? You forgot that, and I like it when they got there right there. So I love waitresses for the most part.
Oh, I was a waitress for well over 10 years.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. I have a restaurant story too.
You do?
I do. I went out to eat when I was in Indianapolis. I went to an Olive Garden, which ironically is not the same Olive Garden, but I worked at an Olive Garden for like 12 years.
Nah.
And so I'm eating at the Olive Garden, and the service was fine. The food was good. And so the waitress comes back and she was like, would you guys like to have dessert? And we were like, well, we're kind of thinking about it. Can you come back in a couple of minutes? And she's like, oh, sure. So she goes away, and we waited literally an hour for her to come back. Literally an hour.
Whoa.
Eventually, we just left the money on the table with what we thought would cover the bill and walked out because we were just like, I'm not waiting any longer to get our stinking bill. I'm not waiting for dessert
Right.
either.
That's what happened the other day. We went for breakfast. I get my toast. My toast finally shows up when I'm done.
I don't need my toast anymore.
Right, and my coffee cup never got refilled.
That's terrible.
Oh, now that's a sin. That's bad. Bad.
Awesome tip right there.
Speaking, speaking
Definitely was
of,
no tip for her. I'm sorry. And then to come up and tell me one of the girls called off, and I'm looking around. I'm going, you only got 10 customers in this whole place,
Right.
And there's 2 of you. Give me a break.
they're busy. They're busy in the back playing pitching
I've had managers
quarters.
offer to take money off the bill, and I go, no, I don't want that.
It's your fault. Did you go off on the manager?
Not this time.
No.
I
heck
thought
no.
that was your MO.
It is, but not this time because he didn't make excuses. She did.
Ah.
And he said, well, here's what he said to me. He goes, it is so hard to get anybody to come into work. He says, I can't get my waitresses to come back to work. They're on unemployment. They're making more money now.
He can cancel their unemployment if they have
Well, you know what he asked me? He says, what am I supposed to do? I said, well, first of all, you don't hire them back.
don't call them back and you cancel their unemployment. You fight it and said they were called back and refused to come.
Right.
Yeah.
I belong, me, Ruby, Dano, we belong to the brotherhood and sisterhood of essential workers because we're disposable. We've been working through the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You're necessary, not disposable.
Yeah. If that was true, girl, it'd be reflected on my paycheck.
Yeah, well, think about this. If that was true, wouldn't they be getting the extra $600 a week? Wouldn't they be getting the extra money?
I did get a little bonus, but it was just for 1 month out of all of it.
Right.
Where guys
They're
who were
essential, but they're also expendable.
ones that were on unenjoyment and saying, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable," they're collecting that extra $600 a week. It's just like,
It's
really?
human nature.
Yeah, easy.
Nature.
Simmer.
I'm like, why the beeping effing blankety blank blank And why did I say, sure, I'll come back? Because they did a mass layoff for 1 week to the
Right.
majority, except for the Super 7, which are like the job superintendents, right? Since I'm not a job superintendent, I had that 1 week. But it was before that bill got passed, so all I got was my typical 80% of my wage for unenjoyment.
Well,
And I'm hearing
Marilyn
about
says-
all this stuff going up, and when my boss called, I'm like, yeah, sure. If I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick. I think I had it in January or February anyway.
Yeah, right.
So, what the heck? And the ones that didn't come back or made too many excuses, good luck.
What is the employer supposed to do?
We have a celebrity in the house. We have Shane from Clash Guitars.
Hey,
Good to
Shane,
see you,
what's up?
Shane.
Flash.
It was
Molnar? Oh, look, hey, did you notice something tonight? Radio was in the house tonight early.
Early, yeah.
Early. My God, I think we finally got him trained.
and Ronald actually, after all these years, he's just figuring out what's wrong with me.
Andy, Utah, what's up? Long time no see.
It's
Finger,
good to see you, Matt. Kent Blackler, how you doing, my friend?
What's up?
What's up, Kent?
Wow, we got a good full house tonight. Martin from Golden Pay Dirt Reviews. M.A. Lyman's, good to see you, Mike. It's always good to see all.
How are you doing tonight?
I hear you there, Clash. I hear you, but you've made excellent strides with that channel. He's like 200,000 now, or over 100,000.
Man.
I like his stuff. I like his other channel too, but don't ask me the name because it's the YouTube's greatest secret.
Yeah, right. The other channel, I don't remember what it's called.
It's like Clash Guitars TV.
Something like that.
But it's cool. He does coin roll hunting, and it's a fun channel. Real good group of people in the chat. Question for Scoobs. Oh yeah, Mark told me to call you Scoobs.
Don't listen to Mark.
He says you love it though. Is he lying? Is your nose growing like Pinocchio's, Mark? Question.
I told you, Ed. That's what the trick was.
I've got different names, so whatever you want to call me, I'll take it.
What exactly is the NBDG club and how does one join? Sounds like it might be something like the LBPA.
It
Let's talk about
stands
that.
for No Pants Ninja Gang. It's
No what? No pants ninja gang?
yeah, it's a group that Diggin' Deep Beeps and North Jersey Detector decided to put together, and the ladies' version is the Free the Coils group. So it's kind of a bit of a rivalry. Just
By all means, ladies, free your coils all you want. I don't
No
mind.
problem.
I don't mind. I'm pretty open-minded about stuff like that.
Ed, where are you going, Ed?
Where am I going?
Yeah, where are you going, Ed?
Don't ask me. I'm lost. It's do your job, Jesse. Do your job. I'll do mine. I'll do mine. Do your job.
I just did. Okay.
Oh.
Let's introduce our guest tonight.
wait. Super chat by Ambient Girl Nancy. Thank you very much. Hashtag free the coils rule, right, Sonia?
hell yeah,
Yeah.
free the coils.
Free the coils.
We were
Is
talking
that just
about,
for like metal detectors, or is it treasure hunting in general?
Good question. The shirt itself has metal detecting coils on it, but I mean, it's for all women treasure hunting, I think.
I'm gonna be like a double clubber.
Or you could just create your own.
But
Judge.
that sounds like a lot of work. I'd rather just join somebody else's club.
Okay, there you go. It would be a lot of work. I'd have to put it all together and come up with a logo and
Right.
And then-
I
and
haven't
then
even
we're
come up with a logo
looking.
for Treasure Vixens yet.
right.
I'm gonna interject again. I'm sorry, but we have 3 super chats, so I'm gonna say thank
Awesome.
you to Kays and M.A. Lyman also, and thanks for the super chat. I think I'll throw in a little nuclear action there.
There you go.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, now
Where were we?
coils and magnet fishing. How can you combine that?
I don't free the magnets. I don't know.
Trap the nuggets.
That's not magnet fishing.
That's for guys prospecting.
Oh, I
Sorry, my mind wanders. This is how it is.
like
Yeah, that's Dano's mind.
that.
Yeah, if it ain't that,
Random
it's
nuggets.
another.
I like that, Dano, actually.
Oh, Miss Laurel, I did get the package. We have not opened it yet, but we do have it. We are waiting to do a mail call video. But yes, we got this one. Thank you so much. Sorry.
And
Sorry,
while
guys.
we're thinking, oh yeah, super chat. Thank you, Shane Clash of Clash Guitars and Mark Thomas. Thank you very much.
Read the double D's.
Well, you know, I'm all for free and anything like that. Coils, tatas, double
coils,
D.
Ed. Coils.
Well, you know, there goes my mind. Left turn.
You know, well,
See what I got to deal with?
I'm loving it.
What was that?
I'm loving it.
Get your free the coil shirt.
So-
That's right. That's right.
Let's go ahead and introduce our guest tonight, as if they didn't know. Put it up front. We'll sit here and let her rant and rave and talk about what she wants to talk about.
I'm gonna.
Or what we can get
While
her to
you
talk
do
about.
that, I'm gonna go search for her Teespring
oh, stop right there.
and
Down
get
east,
it out.
detecting and prospecting.
Downies, Bob.
Bob
thank you,
Drake,
sir.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for the super chat.
Go ahead, pin her up, Ed.
I'm looking. You know, I'm not the world's greatest moderator.
You want me to
know.
post it out?
I got it right here.
Madison, Maine.
I think that's it.
Richie,
Oh, see, Mr. Lodak's already on it. Thank you very much, Madison, Maine, all of you.
Flash the coils.
Flash. Combine flash in your pan with free the coils, and you got flash the coils.
I like that. Flash them coils. All right. Excellent. Got your link out there, Sonia,
Yep.
Sonia, whatever. Sorry. You know who I'm talking to.
No, I didn't.
I believe I made you a moderator before.
Oh, she's got a wrench. She has the
I've
power.
got the blue wrench.
You have the power.
You had the power.
She has the power.
Watch out.
Hey, North Jersey detector.
And pirate prospecting, how you doing tonight?
Hey, it's good to see you, pirate.
Diamond Miner Ivans, what's up?
He
Oh,
wants
He wants
power.
too. Give us some power, Ed.
I want power.
But just give him a little. I think he might get carried away.
Exactly. Give him half a wrench.
I don't know if I have that kind of power to give a half a wrench.
I don't think you do. It's all or nothing on this show, dude.
Night, Nick.
Full throttle.
Thank you very much, Nick. Good night. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Yeah, Jaren's on top of it. That's why he's the world's greatest moderator,
That is
Ronald.
exactly why.
And he's a birthday moderator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even
Hey,
working on his birthday.
Did you miss somebody here? I see you missed somebody.
That Snorkel Pirate?
No.
I typed it. Hi, Snorkel Pirate. Hey, Aaron.
No.
West Coast Gold Prospecting, Damon.
No. You missed. Ready?
I'm afraid my voice is gonna crack like it has the last 5 times.
Do it, Ed.
Just do it. Run for the hills, mining.
Oh, you couldn't spit it out tonight. You should have some breath spray or something.
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Run for the hills, mining. Our
Sorry,
good buddy
Ron.
Ron.
Somebody said, "Don't tread on me" earlier, Jesse.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was funneling the nugget. Sorry.
Well, Ed, you're supposed to keep that private.
Ain't that a pretty? That'd be available on the 17th.
Ooh, nugget.
Ooh, nugget. Yeah, this guy gave it to me today.
Did.
Yeah, along with some production pins.
That I knew that looked familiar.
I want a guy to give me a nugget.
Oh,
You can come with us and find a nugget.
I want to be given a nugget by a guy.
Oh.
You're not alone.
Okay, Ed.
What?
Didn't you have to do something? Pin her up so we can talk to her?
Yeah. It's about that time anyway. Oh, we're late by 1 minute. Oh my goodness.
Ed's fired.
JP and
Okay.
Ed said they were holding their coins up. I held mine up. They said they held it up.
Okay, there it is.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Ding.
Oh, and she had it in her coil.
Yeah, it in one of her coils.
I wish I could that out.
Okay, everybody present and accounted for.
That's right.
Joel,
And for the LBPA, everybody, for those who know, no.
No.
Okay. It's all yours, Jesse. Here, let me give you the spotlight. I think I'll put my little my Ghana banana picture up there, and it's all yours.
Yay. Hello, Sonia.
Here too.
Hi, everybody.
So I checked out your YouTube video, your channel the other day. I always, that brings on people that I don't necessarily watch, but I did watch your YouTube, and I think I subscribed. There are just so many out there, I don't get a chance to watch them all.
You
Besides,
can't,
I got a life.
you can't keep up. There's so many people out there.
Right. I think I subscribed to like 249 or something like that.
I'll say, especially when you do this and you get to meet so many people, you subscribe to a lot of things.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But I was watching that here lately. You've gotten into magnet fishing, but you started off scuba diving, and now, did you start off just as like a sport, or were you into learning to scuba dive for a reason, like to go fishing or treasure hunting?
So I got certified in 2014, so it's been a while. Initially, scuba diving was just for the sport. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. If I could go every weekend, I would.
Oh, cool.
But there's nothing but cold water around me right now, so I can't. And I can't exactly hop on a plane, but it's become an addiction for me, basically. And I mean, once you try it, the things that you see underwater are incredible.
A whole new world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And since then, I've gotten like, I don't know, 10 certifications. I'm master diver certified at this point.
Wow.
But about a year ago, I was, watching metal detecting videos, and I was like, I want to do that. And then I saw one that you can go scuba diving with, so I was like, that's exactly what I need. The price
Right.
point wasn't good, but go hard or go home. So I was like, okay, I need that.
Right.
So that's when I got my first detector, which was about a year ago. I only took it out once in the water when I was on vacation in Mexico, which I am looking forward to going back. Obviously right now I can't, but then I got my Simplex about maybe 6 months ago, and that I've been taking out pretty frequently. I got to take it out in Ohio. I went out digging with JAH a couple of times, and a few different people. So I've been kind of
Well, next time you visit Ohio, let us know. Drag Audra and Rach with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we could metal detect, and we could prospect for gold.
Let's do it. I've got my scuba bus. People call me school bus just because it's a long story, but I've got a nickname, School Bus, and we're all planning on getting a bus and getting all the ladies in the area together and taking a road trip across the country and just metal detecting anywhere and everywhere that we can.
The Free Your Coils tour.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
That
it
sounds
does.
awesome.
Free the Coil tour.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That would be cool. And then to YouTube it the whole time. Maybe do live stuff and videos and stuff. That'd be awesome.
If I had a camera following me all the time, it would be the most ridiculous nonsense.
But people watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
You might find it ridiculous doing it, but people do watch.
It's entertaining, yes.
Right.
Yeah. They can
I mean, hell, I'll sit and watch people react to old songs that I grew up with. Young people, your age,
Why does everybody assume they know how old I am?
Well, because everybody is younger than me.
Well,
That's fair.
Okay. So, and you're I'm gonna say at least half my age. Okay.
I'm not disclosing anything.
Let's not disclose
I
anything.
plead the fifth.
Well, of course, everybody knows how old I am, so
Just as dead in dirt.
Yep, older than dirt. But no, people watch different stuff for different reasons. I watch things like that because I just love watching the newer generations hear real music.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I listen to basically, if I had, I think I still have my old iPod. I basically listen on to stuff that's on my old iPad from 1999.
Ooh, that's old. I'm talking about stuff from mid to late 60s, 70s, that music.
I listen to some of that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize it, but yeah, it's surprising what's entertaining to people. What you might find boring doing, people find entertaining watching. So, the fact that you go out and you're metal detecting, scuba diving, now magnet fishing, people that don't have the ability to do that, like to watch other people do it. You know, like
Okay.
right? Because I can't react to those types of videos and music because I was part of that, right?
Mhm.
So it would be that would be not entertaining for anybody, so.
Madison Main has a question. 1999, Sonia, did you listen to Adine, My Chemical Romance?
I have listened to My Chemical Romance, yes. I'm not that young, guys.
You don't seem all emo, though.
You don't have to be emo to appreciate music. I listen to everything.
I'm a lot the same way. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad by a lot of groups. So I like what I like is what I say. It also depends on my mood too.
In the 80s, the hair bands and stuff.
You. I mean, I feel like music became trash the last couple decades, so it's unfortunate. The truth.
Yeah.
My son is 15 and he doesn't even like the new music. He wants to listen to all the older stuff. He says it. The music today is trash. Yeah. I was gonna say a different word and didn't know if it was kosher, so I changed it.
It is. I mean, and I realize how much our music did make sense, especially now when you're as old as I am.
I think she's blessed with young looks, unlike some of us, Jesse.
You think?
Because she keeps saying, I'm not that young,
Well, I'm not. Hey, to me, if you're 50 years old, you're that young. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody's young to me.
Yeah.
Says I act like a 5-year-old, so does that mean I'm young?
Yes.
No,
that's just what I'm thinking.
That means you just act like a 5-year-old.
Some more questions in the room. Mr. Lodak. Sonia, what came first as a passion, scuba diving or detecting?
Scuba diving. And that's only because I had an opportunity to do it. I was on vacation in the Dominican Republic. And I was like, I've always wanted to do that. I have a chance. I'm here. I was there for a little while, so I had time to get certified. So I just jumped in, and since day one, it became an obsession. I didn't start metal detecting until about a year ago.
Oh, sweet. Also, from Dan Anderson. When you tell us your age, we will be all be surprised. Okay, well, we'll leave that there. Michael busy be detecting. Have you heard of String Bean Jim's music? Maybe I'm just an old head.
You might be. I haven't heard of it.
I've heard of String Cheese Incident or.
Most music that I listen to, I can't tell you who the artist is or even what the title is most of the times. If I like a song, I can tell you all the lyrics, but I can't tell you who sings it. I just don't care enough to bother remembering all that.
So you want to know the Jersey history owners? I don't know if it's Rachel or Audra.
Or both.
Or both. What's been your favorite find so far?
Well, I don't have as much experience as you guys might, but I think my favorite find would be the Croto bell or the sleigh bell that I found.
Oh, that's cool.
And the large cent that I found there, just pulling something so old out of the ground is just amazing to me. And it's like at some point somebody had that penny in their pocket, and that's what fascinates me about it. And beside that, like the little silvers that I found, my first find period was a silver barber dime, And
Awesome.
when I pulled that up, it was like, I'm done. I'm addicted. And that's when I had to go get my simplex, because my first time digging on land, I don't recommend this. I had my Minelab Excalibur, which it's a great machine for the water, but it is not made for land. You don't have a VDI. You don't know what you're digging up. I mean, you kind of don't anyway, but at least you have some sort of readings on a different machine. And that
Right.
Excalibur was such a pain. But as soon as I found those silvers, I went out and got the simplex, because it's like the best you can do for a really great price. And since then, I've been attached to it.
So I actually just took my wife melee detecting for the first time over the weekend, and her first find was a coin spill.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It was 12 cents, but it was a coin spill anyways.
It's like finding a hoard. Who doesn't want to do that?
Right, it's about a dime and 2 pennies all together. And I told her, somebody was actually probably sitting here relaxing, and it fell out of their pocket.
Yep.
So that's really cool. And she got to find one right away. I haven't found one yet. She got one right away, so that's awesome. But now she wants a harness, because she wants to do it more, and it seems a bit heavy for her shoulders, so gonna get her a harness.
Okay, we can save that for when Ruby's on, Jesse.
Oh, okay. She's doing her YouTube. She give you a finger salute.
Okay, there's a bunch of questions in Zoom chat waiting for you, buddy.
All right, let me see what they are, because it's hard. I don't see it.
Snorkel Pirate wanted to know, he is planning on getting his, is it called a diver's license certification?
Scuba certified, yeah.
There we go, next year. And he was wondering, like, how easy it is to go about that. He wants to know about that.
Any tips you could give him to prepare for it?
Yes.
So, I got certified in Dominican Republic. I highly recommend going to someplace warm to get certified. It's just, the experience is so much more relaxing and just easier, because in the Caribbean you have really great visibility, which when you're doing your certification, you have to be 40 feet underwater, take your mask off, or lose your regulator. You have to do a bunch of different tasks that can make you panic a little bit, and not being able to see what's in front of you can make that a lot more difficult and a lot more scary. So I definitely recommend, if you want to do it, go somewhere warm, treat yourself, and just do it there. It takes maybe, depending on where you go, 4 to 6 days, and depending on how many times you want to dive a day. But definitely go somewhere warm. If you can't, you have dry suit options. I haven't dove in the dry suit, so I can't really tell you too much about that. But I mean, the certification itself isn't that difficult. You just have to, a big premise of scuba diving is just being calm. And a lot of it is about how you're breathing and just staying relaxed. And that's one benefit of diving, because it's like you're meditating underwater almost.
Sounds a lot like my life saving I did when I was younger, Panic kills, period. And it's to stay calm. And ocean life saving, ooh, that could be tough there, but
yeah, I mean, I just did my rescue certification in September, which is where you're basically learning how to recognize somebody who's panicking or somebody who's unconscious or whatever the case is, and having to bring them up from the water. Some people might not know, but you have to do a safety stop. So about 15 feet from the top, you have to spend about 3 minutes just hovering there so the nitrogen can leave your body. And otherwise you can get the bends and all sorts of things. But you've got to keep all these things in mind. And that rescue course was no joke. Rescuing someone in the ocean, you can't do CPR in the water. All you can do is breaths. So really, it's about you getting that person out of the water and onto a boat as soon as possible.
Right. So a couple more questions here for you. One, if you go like the Dominican Republic and you get certified there, does that certification carry to wherever you go? I mean, you use it here in the States?
Yeah,
And-
so there's 2 certification companies, Patty, which is I think the most popular and the one I recommend, and then there's Tenn. But it's basically Patty is recognized all across the world. So wherever you go, whatever
Okay.
dive that you go to, whatever company you dive with, if you have a Patty certification, you're pretty much good to go.
All right. And then the next question, what's actually your favorite part of scuba diving? I mean, not to include metal detecting or anything like that. You know, the ocean life, just, you know, what really turns you on about being underwater, knowing that you're not supposed to be there, right?
Yeah.
You know, what is it that turns you on about that?
Well, exactly what you said is one of it. Is we're not supposed to be there. That's why I get just as excited being in an airplane. It's just
Right.
it's doing something that not everybody might have a chance to do. But besides that, the marine life that you see, especially the ones that I've seen in the Caribbean, I mean, I've been next to a 25-foot whale shark.
Awesome.
Literally, he was 1.5 feet swimming right underneath me. It was incredible. And one time on my birthday this past year, I ended up chasing towards an eagle ray, which is huge. They've got like a 5 or 6 foot wingspan, and ended up chasing it, and it kind of turned around and it swam towards me. It was like, I'm swimming towards him. He was swimming towards me, and all of a sudden he was like 2 feet in front of me, and he's just staring at me, and I'm staring at him, and it's like 5 seconds of just, you don't know what to do. You don't know what he's going to do next. And then he just swam right up over me and behind me. It was amazing. It's actually in one of my videos from diving, the post one.
I'll have to look for that one. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
I've
that's awesome.
snorkel dived a lot of snorkeling when I grew up in Southern California. And to me, it's like, Jesse, well, I guess you were dredging in chocolate milk, so it's not really the same.
My first underwater experience, well, not underwater experience, because I've snorkeled in Florida down in the Keys and came face to face to a huge monstrous grouper. You know, that's scary, you know. But as far as underwater dredging, my first experience in that was in chocolate milk. I couldn't see nothing in front of my face. And I'm trying to not panic. I'm trying to remember to breathe, because that's the first thing that you do when you go underwater is you hold your breath. I literally had to remind myself constantly.
Breathe normal. Breathe normal.
Breathe. And after a little while, I got used to it. And then it was like, the next thing I knew, I'd already been down 3 hours, you know, dredging. Didn't even realize it. You know, I was just. But you
do it.
Yeah,
Just-
Like, I'm a panicker in the water. I can't do it. I like panic. I admire those of you who can do it.
Well, and yeah, actually, we all kind of do panic at first, I think, because the first time you go under and you try to be underwater, knowing you're not supposed to be there, you're getting plenty of air, but it doesn't feel like you are, you know, but you just have to stay. You just have to know that you're breathing. Tell yourself that, yeah, well, like I said, the first thing I was holding my breath.
Which you're not supposed to do.
You're not supposed to do that. But after a while, yeah, I got used to it. I love it. You know, I haven't done any scuba diving. This is all like through a hookah, right? So, which I'm sure is different.
I haven't done the hookah, but I've been wanting to. But yeah, diving in general is a little bit different. The number one rule is keep breathing, because when you go underwater, the air in your lungs compresses. And when you're coming back up, if you're holding your breath, as you come up, that air is still expanding. and your lungs can literally burst if you're not breathing. So that's like
Ah.
rule number one. So hearing that you're not breathing under the water, I'm just like, no, don't do it.
What were you guys saying? Hookah? You hookah in the water?
Yeah, it's you're breathing underwater, but you're being your air is being applied by a air pump.
By a air motor and air pump instead of compressed air like scuba diving.
Right. So you're kind of so you're not as free to move around as you are with scuba diving. You're kind of stuck right wherever your pump is.
However long your hose is.
Right.
20, 30 foot, whatever.
Right.
Got it. All right.
So that's, yeah.
One day, girl, one day. Maybe
I don't
Gold
know.
Rush days or something, we'll put a regulator in your mouth and say, dredge that hole, sis.
You guys will see a major panic attack. I'll be hyperventilating.
I look at it this way.
You'll be breathing.
There's no spiders under the water.
I'll tell you what,
Just saying.
I'm a snapping turtle than I am of a shark.
You saw the question? You saw the question? Did you see Madison, Maine? Asked you if you get scared after hearing about that diver in Aussie being attacked by a great white?
Honestly, I mean, for one, going into the water, you have to respect it, right? The water in general is a strong force, and it's not something to mess around with.
Like I said, we don't belong there, first of all.
Yeah. But in general, all the marine life that's there, if you don't bother it, they're minding their own business. If you go up to it, try to pet it, yeah, it might attack you because, I mean, I would too. You try to pet me, I'll probably do something.
I would have to say the guy, like a
Sonia.
surfer getting attacked, the diver was at the wrong place at the wrong time when a great white was hungry. Oh, there's a seal, chomp.
That's exactly what happens because in your gear, you look like a seal to the sharks. And whether you're on a surfboard or in the water, that's why, and they actually don't like bubbles. So if you're by a shark, if you don't want it coming near you, blowing bubbles can help because seals don't really blow bubbles like that.
Or hope there's a lot of dolphins around.
I've come so close to sharks, and it's an exhilarating feeling. Being so close to something that can literally tear you apart is amazing.
On purpose? I mean, were you there on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I had one encounter, scariest thing after the fact, because I was in DR. I was there a couple of times, but it was early in my dive career, and there was like this coral wall all around me. There was one way in, one way out, and I went in with my dive master, who was right in front of me. That's the person taking you down underwater, and he did a couple of signs because underwater you only use hand signals.
Right.
It was something he did like this and like this, which I thought was stay here. I'm gonna go look around. I missed the shark sign. What he was saying was stay calm. There's a shark around. So he leaves. I thought he said stay there. So he leaves out of the other side of this wall, the exit.
Expecting you to follow him.
I'm just like, okay, I'll wait. I'll stay here. And I'm like looking around, I'm looking up. And usually for scuba, if you're by yourself after like 3 minutes, you go up. And I'm like looking around and I'm finally like, maybe I just need to go back up because I can't see him. And then he finally comes in to that wall of coral and he's literally like this, terrified because he thought I was gonna die. He came back up onto the boat and I was like, what happened? You left me. He was like, I told you there was a shark. There was a bull shark, and bull sharks can be aggressive.
Right.
And he was like, there was a bull shark, and then all of a sudden you were gone, and I was like, the next thing I'm going to see is blood in the water. He was terrified. And I didn't even know this until we came back up on the water and talked, but that was like the closest I was to literally being like fish bait. It was scary.
So
sometimes ignorance is bliss.
We've heard a lot about how brave you are and how none of this stuff that would terrify me doesn't terrify you. But has there ever been a time when you were seriously scared while you were underwater?
That time I didn't know what was happening, so I wasn't afraid. The first time I did see sharks, there were 3 sharks, and I was a little intimidated. Not gonna lie, but actually, the funny thing is, when I took my Excalibur into the water for the first time, it was in Mexico, and I was like maybe 20 feet offshore. It was pretty shallow, maybe like 6 feet, and I'm using my metal detector, and all of a sudden, I look up and I was surrounded by sardines, and
Ooh.
literally a cloud of sardines all around me, and I'm
That
like,
could be scary.
yeah, well, I'm not scared of the sardines, but the fact that there's
No, there's
bait
bigger
for-
fish
oh my-
around those.
Bait.
yeah, that's probably more scared that I've been than actually being next to a shark, because you just don't know. And I literally couldn't see anything. It was like a foot or 2 deep wall of sardines all around me. I have that on video too, but it's literally everywhere I was looking around. And I think they were attracted to either the pulses that the machine was giving off, or maybe the sound of the beep, or maybe just me pushing up the sand and they had food that was going into the water from me mixing that up. But either way, I was surrounded within like 2 seconds. I did not know what was happening. And
Wow.
I stayed there for maybe another half a minute, and I was like, "Oh no, it's time to go," because I'm not.
Yeah, you don't get caught up in any feeding frenzy. So what about what do you or have you done any cave diving, or would you?
I've done cenote diving, which is basically fresh water, and it's like a cave system underwater.
Right.
So I've done that. That was incredible.
Was that in Mexico? Like the
That was mainland Mexico, yeah. But it's fresh water mixed with salt water, so the top layer is going to be fresh water, and there's actually a portion where once you switch into salt water, everything gets blurry because it's mixing. But in there, you have to have a flashlight. It's pitch black. If I turned off my light, I wouldn't see anything. And cave diving, you have to be really careful because you don't want to hit anything above you, anything below you, and you've got 1,000-year-old stalactites and stalagmites and all that stuff.
Right.
You don't want to ruin either. There's tons of
Right.
holes down there. So that was really, really cool. We did that a few times. And then there's like, they're not caves, but they're kind of swim throughs that I really enjoy in the Caribbean, that it's just, you're going through these little tunnels of coral, and usually you'll find like turtles there. You'll find all sorts of surprises that you don't usually see just out in the open water. So those are really cool.
So what's been your weirdest creature you've seen? Something that really surprised you when you actually saw it for the first time?
siren, mermaid.
Merman.
When I went into the water with those whale sharks,
Oh, okay.
the way it works is it was actually snorkeling, not diving, but they position the boat so you're right in front of the whale shark, and they tell you go. They like push you off the boat, and you have to swim towards it, and it literally, the whale shark is like a foot underneath you. You swim right over it, and it's huge. But that time, I was actually swimming towards another group of whale sharks, and there was a dolphin out of nowhere. I heard it like squeaking or whatever it does, and then I looked around, and there were 2 dolphins playing around. I'm the only person in the whole group that saw it.
Wow, awesome.
That was really cool. Seeing them in the wild is a lot different than in those confined aquariums. Yeah, I mean, they have those in the Caribbean. I don't go to them because I'm not a fan of, keeping them locked up and everything like that. If you can literally go out a mile into the water and see it in real life.
That's only if you can get in the water. Like, I want to see all the things, but I can't get in the water.
You can do it.
No. Like we used to have a pool in my backyard, and I would put on my son's little snorkel, and I'd just put my face in the water, and I'd be like.
Here's
So,
what you do. Take that snorkel and the mask, go into your bathtub. I'm not even kidding. Go into your bathtub, fill it with water, and go face down with your snorkel and breathe through the snorkel for like 20 minutes. After that, you're not going to be fazed by being in the water with that snorkel.
20 whole minutes?
20 minutes. I don't care how
You're in your bath.
do it.
You're safe. You're in your bathtub.
Exactly.
But my face is in the water.
Well,
I'm gonna
don't
do
you
it.
wash your face?
I'm gonna get back with you all on that one. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna let you know how it goes.
Do it.
Oh.
Go face down the tub, she'll start hearing that Jaws music, dude.
So you Sonia, you just started doing YouTube videos. What, about a year now, right?
Yeah.
About a year.
More like half
10
a year
months?
ago.
Oh, okay.
But I started a year ago, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. August 2nd, 2019.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Way to go. You're doing, congratulations.
Yeah.
What prompted you to start YouTubing?
Well, for one, I love taking video anyway when I'm, especially when I'm editing, because some of these experiences, like, I mean, I can relive it in my mind, but just watching it again, it's like, I can't believe that happened. And being able to capture all of that in a way, and I can watch it 10 years from now and relive it, you know, your memories are gone in 10 years.
Right.
So at least that way I can kind of relive everything and enjoy the moment again. But also there's like you, there's a lot of people who can't do certain things. Maybe they don't have the means, or maybe they just physically can't. And they
Right.
want to see all this stuff, right? And if I have a chance to have the opportunity to share that with somebody, and if somebody enjoys it as much as I do, it's totally worth it.
No,
I'm
absolutely.
doing it anyway.
Oh yeah, I do that. David Villa wants to know: do you have to retest periodically to stay certified?
They recommend, if you haven't been diving in about a year, to get a refresher course, which is super easy. I dive at least twice a year, with the exception of this year because of COVID, but they recommend a refresher if you haven't gone in about a year. But you don't have to get recertified.
So you don't have to get recertified.
No, it's just for your own safety.
Right.
You know
Just
what you're doing. Yeah.
right. Make sure you still remember what the procedures and safety procedures were, and maybe even learn new regulations.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. Okay, that's cool. Just
Can we
keep your
talk
guidebook
about-
up to date.
Can we talk about the magnet fishing now?
He says,
Yes,
come
go ahead.
on, let me
Go
talk.
ahead.
I can talk about scuba all day.
Go for it.
All right, girl. What got you into magnet fishing?
I was watching videos, and
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe half the stuff these people are pulling out of the water. And part of what I love about metal detecting is you don't know what you're going to pull up. Even if you have that VDI reading, you never know, especially
Right.
with relics and everything. So I was like, if I can search through the land, I can certainly do it in the sea or in the water, period. And it's just, it adds an extra element of surprise to it, because for some reason, it baffles my mind, but people throw stuff out into the water.
Right, it's crazy.
And it's just the fun of kind of finding something new, or finding something that somebody might have used before, or especially with like the old guns, and you can kind of create a story in your mind about what happened with that. And, you know, potentially you can actually help solve a murder or some sort of.
That's funny,
Which would
because
be.
Right.
both of you have said the same thing
Yeah.
with a pair of scissors. Murder scissors.
Well, so I joke around because I'm sure you guys have heard of D Almighty, and he does a lot of you know, that stuff. Everything he finds is a murder weapon, and everybody's laughing at me like, if you find something, you've got to say it's a murder weapon. But
Yep. That's funny.
Literally, my first video, I swear we found a shank. I don't know.
I found a shank. We found a shank.
I swear.
Okay.
And it's like the thoughts that go through your mind, like, one, somebody might have used this. Two, somebody might have died because of it.
You know somebody used it. That's why it's in the water.
That's the thing. You just never know what you're going to pull up in the water. And
Right, right.
So yeah, I see you're supplying yourself with new fishing gear.
Yeah, a couple of new pools. Now you can start ice fishing.
I was so excited. I forget the channel name, but I've been watching a lady on YouTube who does ice fishing and all that. But it's finding a fishing pole. I was literally just talking to Gerald, who's in my videos. Like, I need to get a fishing pole. I used to have plenty, but not anymore. And so we can go actually fishing. And lo and behold, here I come up with a fishing pole, not to mention tons of different lures. We find weights. I mean, I literally find everything I need to fish in that water. I found that net in the water, which I could have used, but I trashed it.
That grappling hook would do that, right?
But yeah, I mean, that was awesome. I was so excited to find it, and it worked. I took one of the hooks that I found and I put it on the line. It already had a little paper on it, and I tossed it in the water, and it worked great. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know if you watch our channel, but Rose is my partner for our YouTube channel, and like, she is hell-bent on someday we are going to make a fishing video with all the fishing supplies we found magnet fishing.
You totally can. You get
Right.
so much of that stuff.
So do you have a preference of magnet that you like?
I use muscular magnetics. It's what my friend recommended when I first went out with her. She let me try a couple of different magnets that she had. And that's the one that we used to pull out the safe in my first video. So I went and got that one. They only had the 2,600 pound one available. Everything else was sold out. And I'm like, well, I want it now. So I went and got
That's
that.
a big magnet for your first magnet.
It's like 5 pounds.
I know.
It sounds like a lot, but when you're tossing that in the water, it's a lot.
So that would be a double-sided then?
That one,
Yeah.
that one is a double-sided. However, I was so excited when I got it. You have an option. Listen, you have an option. You can put the little eyelet in the top or on the side to make it double-sided. I wanted it double-sided, but then I was so excited and I put like the thread lock on it and I stuck it into the top of the magnet because I just wasn't thinking because I was too excited to get started. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh my God, I wanted it to be double-sided. And the thread locker locked everything in. So I'm a magnet now. But I also did order, it's from Magnetar. I don't know if you guys watch the videos coming out of Amsterdam, but it's a beast magnet and it's a 360 magnet. So it looks like—
Are those the round ones?
It's not round, but it's a little bit thicker. And it literally catches on all sides. And if you watch videos, it's amazing. Like, somebody found a bag of coins or whatever, and they were literally all around the magnet. It's not just one.
I want one of those.
They're not cheap.
Well, you better get Brute to make you one.
I know.
And I actually ordered it before, I want to say mid-May. I haven't received it yet because it's coming from the UK and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. And I'm dying to. So the second it comes in, I'm probably going to take a day off of work or something. Just to go out. I don't think any of my coworkers watch this, so I should be okay. But I'm definitely taking it out as soon as I get it.
And so, of course, what is your favorite find?
My safe.
I know.
It was the first day out, literally my first time magnet fishing, and I pulled out the door, and I didn't even care if there was nothing in there. I didn't care that it was broken. It was like, it's a freaking safe.
Right.
I'm so excited. You have no idea.
We have yet to find a safe. I mean, how lucky could you get?
Literally, I was like, "There's no freaking way." I'm like,
But
"There's no
well, you
way."
guys found a grill.
We found a grill. We found lots of grills.
I haven't found it yet, but that was definitely my favorite find. Just a safe in general. You know, it was stolen. It was bent in different places where you can tell it was opened up.
Mhm.
Again, you make up these stories in your mind. It's like you don't know what happened, but you can kind of think of it.
Yeah.
And
And then
besides,
it becomes reality.
yep.
And you know that's what happened. That's
That's right.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right.
Oh my God, Daniel's got a visitor with him tonight.
Who is it? I've been looking.
It looks
been
like
looking?
Patrick Moore.
But it is.
That's Pack Mule. More.
Ah.
I just talked to you the other day.
He was at the outing too.
I know. Like Rose said, Patrick Moore wants to talk to you. I was like, who's Patrick Moore? And then I looked at your picture and I was like, oh, okay. I want to say thank you really quickly to Partridge Family Prospecting for making my cheese.
Oh, your
Cheese.
cheese is
I
here.
like
Making my cheese.
And I'll be
Well,
smoking it in the next few days. I didn't want you to think I forgot. Oh, you guys shared that at Flashback. I mean,
that's-
at
It's
Uh,
like
yeah.
a
you
blast.
That
You
cheese
did
comes
say-
in fives.
You did mention the 5 rule,
That
right?
cheese comes in fives, right?
5 for the vixens.
5
5
rule.
rule, girl. Share and share alike.
Maybe I'll be able to.
So you're gonna
some.
save some for Gold Rush days, right?
I'll try my best. It's cheese.
You're being
Uh-huh.
awful greedy for cheese
Uh-huh.
lovers.
I know.
Nothing better than cheese.
I know. That's why it's gonna be really hard to save some.
And when it comes to
I
cutting
don't
the cheese,
blame
I can cut the cheese.
No, don't do that.
No.
No, no,
Hey,
Dano, please.
as long as we're social distancing, go ahead.
Distant.
Yeah, but poor Patrick. He's right into
Patrick.
he's in range.
So where do you want to take your channel to? What's your goal as far as your YouTube channel?
I already actually hit my goal. I wanted to hit 1,000 this year, and magically my safe video ended up somehow going viral, semi-viral. So I got a lot of subscribers from that, which was
Cool.
super exciting. But now I think my goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I want to get a ton more diving in. So obviously because of COVID, I haven't been able to travel, but
Right.
I got a few trips planned for this and next month to go diving with my ex-cow. So I'm going to get some detecting done in the water. I can't wait because it's like best of both worlds. And that's the reason I got the metal detector to begin with. So
Right.
I'm itching because I finally got the rest of my own scuba gear. And my scuba buddy, which you have to dive with a buddy, or at least that's common sense.
Right. That's
The
right.
buddy system, you bet.
Yeah, and my buddy who I usually dive with, she doesn't have her own gear, and she's been like telling me, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna go check it out, I'm gonna go get this and get that. And every day I'm like, did you go get it yet? Did you get it yet? Can we go now? And hopefully this coming weekend we can get out, but if not, for her birthday we're gonna get out probably to Lake George in upstate New York, do some scuba diving up there and take the detector out, see what we find. I can't wait. I'm literally like a child in a candy store when it comes to scuba.
Is there anything metal detecting underwater? Is there anything that you're going to be looking for specifically, or just everything and anything?
Treasure.
Treasure. Everything and anything is treasure.
Yes. Honestly, anything. if you watch my videos, you see a lot of it is also just cleaning up the water.
Right.
Big proponent of keeping the water clean, especially as a scuba diver. It's like, it only makes sense, and it breaks my heart to see people treating the water the way that they do. And so that's a big part of it. So even if I'm just pulling out trash and cleaning it up, I'm happy. But obviously, if we can find like maybe some cool sunglasses or maybe even a ring, or who knows, you never know what you're going to find.
Right.
Miss Laurel said Lake George is great. $1 Million Beach is best. Left side.
$1 Million Beach. Okay. We'll have to check it out.
She's a New Yorker also.
And it's really cool that that you show that all the trash that you bring out, you pull out and let people understand that it's part of what you do, you know.
Yeah.
It's an important part.
Sure. Yes, it's a very important part. We really stress that here, that in your videos you show that. We show our trash. I just think it's important for people to see that not just the treasure that you find, but what you're actually doing. Because a lot of people that don't know what you're doing think you're just,
A lot of places we go, the treasure the trash outweighs the treasure.
Oh yeah.
A lot of places we go.
Yeah.
Like you said, people just don't realize. I mean, you can spend 8 hours metal detecting, and 90% of what you find, 95% of what you find is trash. And you're pulling it out of the ground, and you're doing something really great, but also enjoying the outdoors. You've got a great hobby, and occasionally you find something really cool, so it's all worth it.
Sure.
People just don't realize the trash that's in the ground and in the water.
Right, especially in the water. Well, in the water, it's a little more visible too, especially when you got a lot of floating trash. As in the dirt, a lot of things that you find are pull tabs, wrappers, gum wrappers. They sound off like a cool find, but it's a gum wrapper. But you're pulling it out. You're getting it out of the ground. You're cleaning it up little by little.
Exactly.
I just got permission to do old fairgrounds. Been a fairgrounds since I was a little kid. So we're allowed to go in there and metal detect. So far, a lot of trash. But hey, got to get rid of the trash so you can get the good stuff, right?
Oh, 7 years ago on the far side, Mrs. Laurel's, her son's dad lost a ruby gold men's pinky ring there 7 years ago. So, yeah.
I'll keep an eye out. If I find it, I'll let you know.
Hey, we laugh at that. We laugh at that because that sounds funny,
but it does happen.
Possibility.
Yeah.
It's a real possibility that you could actually find it. I mean, anything's possible, right? But yes, especially if you got it in your mind.
That's another awesome part of metal detecting and magnet fishing and scuba diving. You find stuff that people have lost that you can actually return, which I think is so cool.
Except for that murder weapon they don't want back.
And that's what I was going to say, and you're solving murders at the same time.
I actually wonder, I have this like voice in the back of my mind sometimes telling me when I'm magnet fishing, and I'm like, I'd love to find a gun. And I'm like, maybe the person who threw it is like nearby and doesn't
watching
and is watching. Yeah.
We had that experience. We have had that experience. Really? It's scary.
I brought that up with Jared from Adventures with Purpose also. I'm like, are you ever worried about, the actual criminal saying, man, that guy's getting too close? And I'm sure you've watched. I'm sure you've seen Jared from Adventures with Purpose and all this great stuff him and Sam the Man does. It was great meeting them. I got to do some behind the scenes stuff with them in Portland last year. Can't wait till the next time myself. I know, Jesse. Don't be What other questions do we have?
Oh, I don't know. Not seeing anything.
Oh, the cutest thing, when I was magnet fishing this past weekend, I don't know if you saw the little boy in my video. I didn't actually show him because it's not for kids, but he got his first fish, and you can hear it in the back of the video.
I heard him in the background.
My first fish. It was the cutest freaking thing. And then this other gentleman came over with his kid maybe an hour later, and I found out he actually comes every single day to that pier to clear the water. They literally pull the trash out of the water, and he does it to teach his son to make sure that he doesn't throw trash in the water. And I thought that was
yes, I do remember that section of your video where you were talking about that. That was really cool. That's cool to see that. So he was probably pretty happy you were doing what you were doing then.
Yeah.
He was doing the stuff on top. You're going underneath.
Yeah, we were helping him because they had this net that was maybe like 4 foot long. They could only grab what was on the edge.
Right.
But we had the magnets and the hooks, so we were able to like fish the trash out from like 20 feet away, which was great.
Yeah. And like I said, plus you get the stuff that's underwater that you don't see.
Yeah.
That's snagging everybody's line. I know your friend got that big limb out of there. And
oh my goodness. I didn't even, there was so much content from that day. I had like 3 hours of video to go through. And it was, that tree was heavy, first of all. And it had so much line on it, so much tackle on it. You know, at least dozens of people have gotten their fishing line caught on that. On all of the trash that's in there. We pulled the shopping cart out a couple weeks ago, and that had a ton of line on it also.
Right.
And people don't realize we're keeping them from losing all those pretty little lures that we find in there.
Right. And you found some nice lures there too.
Yep. And I keep them.
And some of those lures, the older they are, they have value to them.
Yeah.
People collect those older lures. And they pay a lot of money for some of
Value of the
lures.
lures. Is there like a website you can go to find out their value?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'll have to find
I'm
it.
sure there is.
Yeah.
There's a website for everything. Just type it in, you'll find it.
All right. I was hoping you could give me the shortcut.
No, sorry, girl.
All right.
James Van Cleve. Hey, Jesse, can we throw you a birthday party when you get here?
It's
My
Ed's birthday.
By then, dude. Ed's birthday will be happening.
It's Ed's birthday.
And yeah, you can throw me a party when I get to my brother's house, dude. Yeah. We're actually leaving on my birthday, James.
Right. And I've already had my birthday. I'm in August.
August.
August
August what?
6th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
February. So it's been long gone.
Well, happy belated, very belated birthday.
Okay. I have a question for Sonia. This is Partridge Family Prospecting.
Oh, he's just pimping his channel.
Never mind. Stop.
Randy Lewis, though, is what diving level rating are you?
I'm master diver certified, so it's basically the end of the line for recreational diving. The other option would be to go into instructor diving, and that's a whole separate course, basically. But I'm basically at as far as you can go for recreational diving.
So what about, would you ever consider doing diving as a job?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about literally picking my stuff up and moving to the Caribbean and just being a dive instructor.
Dominican Republic?
To be an instructor.
To the
Be an
Dominican?
instructor. Not like a welder or anything like that.
The
No.
Dominican's actually on my go-to list now. I want to go pan some for dredge for gold there.
I love it there. That's like my second home. I love it.
Nice.
Yes.
It'd be cool to find some pirate booty in the Caribbean.
That's on the list. That's like my white whale. Some real pirate booty.
Yep. Here, prospecting says his buddy has a job for you. He scrapes boat bottoms.
That sounds like a blast.
That sounds like work.
I know people up in Puget Sound that do it, and they make some damn good money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hell yeah. I've seen some people doing that, and you're not kidding. It's good money. The problem is it's seasonal, though.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The welding, I wouldn't mind doing welding, but for that, I'd probably have to get into technical diving, which I want to do, but I just don't have the time to commit
Yeah,
to
that's what I was wondering. That would be a different certification, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. To be able to work at, I guess, construction or.
Well, first of all, I would have to learn to weld. Which,
Well, yeah, of course.
but
and then you'd have to learn how to weld underwater.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to weld twice.
Yeah, and for the technical diving, you end up going down with like 3 different tanks, 3 different mixes of gas. You have to monitor which one you're using when, at what depth, for how long. It's a lot. It's not something to, bat your eyes at. It's a real serious thing that these people.
I was gonna say you'd have to be pretty serious about your diving to get into that part.
Yeah.
You're almost there, right?
I got a while else to go.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it.
Hey, well, hey, one step at a time, right?
Right on, more power to you.
No kidding.
I mean, at one point, I really, really was considering moving to the Caribbean. The only problem is I personally need that financial security, and I need that backing behind it.
Yes, good old financial
Well,
security.
you can't just be a scuba bum and just hang out in your hammock.
I could, but I like warm showers, and I gotta get fed.
Right.
I'm not a princess by any means, but there are certain things that I kind of like.
Doesn't mean you don't like luxury, right?
I don't need luxury. I just need warm water.
I know what you mean.
Well, let me say hi to somebody that just popped in. Outdoorsy gal. Oh, how are you tonight?
Now, I was wondering, the girl ice fishing on YouTube,
That's
by
what I
any
was
chance,
thinking.
is it Outdoorsy Gallo?
Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
She's one of our favorite Canadians, along with, or female Canadians, along with my friend Liz from Digging Connect.
Yep. Yeah, I started watching her ice fishing videos at one point, and I thought it was super cool, but I'm also a warm weather person, so I'm not going to actually do it. But I was really excited when I found the ice fishing.
You live in New York. Just
I know.
bundle up, get a shanty.
It's my other coil.
It's a problem. If I could live in Florida or even Texas or somewhere warm, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I used to think that way, but now it's funny. The real cold kills me now, and the real hot kills me now. It's like, oh my
Me
God.
too. Me too.
Love the heat. I spent a month in Tanzania, and I spent 3 months in Kenya, and over there the temperature got up to like 115 almost daily, and I was loving it. There was no humidity, which was great. But
I can handle the heat better than I can the cold.
What did you do over there?
well, so I'm an anthropology major, and when I was at Stony Brook, I actually took
You were on a
winter
dig?
Yeah, I took a winter
Oh,
class and I went to Tanzania. It was great. I mean, I had to learn Swahili. I had so many amazing experiences. We did safari. Um, it
you're a
was
regular Indiana Jones.
I try.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what if you could mix both your passions and get into like underwater archaeology, since there's
Ooh,
so
that'd be
many
awesome.
ancient ruins under the sea level now?
It's
Yeah.
definitely something I want to do. Even just seeing like Jersey History Hunters, they just went out and they got like shark's teeth and everything in the water. Seeing the fossils, seeing all that old stuff in the water, it's like it's amazing on land, but when you're seeing it underwater, it's a whole other level of cool.
That's right, Jeff. Indiana Jane, I'm sorry.
Oh, I actually thought you said Joan.
Yeah, Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. I definitely want to go to like Micronesia and check out some of the older areas because I mean the US has some history, but it's nothing like some of the history you could find that's
Oh.
really
In
ancient.
pretty much any other country.
Yep.
Actually, there's a lot of ancient history here in this country too. I mean,
Yes.
pre-European, pre-Columbian.
Yes.
There's a lot of ancient history here too. You know, the Native Americans with the Mound people, and there's I mean there's even what the hell's the name of that? You know, in England, the stone circles.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
There's
Yes.
an American Stonehenge.
There is an American Stonehenge too in New England, and there's lots of places around the country that have things like that around them. It's just and then with LiDAR now, they're able to see more and more of it. I love LiDAR. I think it's so cool.
Now, how many like shipwrecks have you dove?
A few. I'd say maybe like 8 or 9. My favorite was actually a plane. That was in Aruba, and the plane's actually sitting upright on the sand, so you can go in through one end of the plane, swim through it, and come out the other end by where the pilot was sitting.
Like it landed there.
Awesome.
Yeah, which was, I mean, again, some of these things have been sunk on purpose to create an artificial reef.
Right.
Either way, whether it was there on purpose or by accident, going through something like that, I don't know about you guys, but a ship, I think, is intimidating on land, let alone underwater. These things are huge. They're massive. And it's like, not only is it massive, it's like old, rusted steel that you're like afraid of touching. You don't know if it's just going to fall apart right in front of you. You don't know what's around the corner. These things are huge.
Yeah, because first of all, it's dark down there, and then the unknown.
Yeah. Going through them is so much fun.
Probably like a haunted house.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Be careful who you go with, because a lot of these dive trips, unfortunately, they mix the more experienced divers with the beginner divers. So you've got divers who are like kicking up all the sand on the bottom. You've got divers who are like on top of you the whole time and kicking you in the face with their fins, and it's just
like, what the effing's wrong with you, man?
Yeah. Stirring up the bottom so you can't see anything.
Well, some of those fins for scuba diving, they're like ridiculous. They're not like a body surfing fin that's really short. They're like 5 feet long, some of them, I
like
swear.
3 foot long, yeah. Part of learning to dive is learning to control your buoyancy and not hitting the bottom. You're not ever supposed to touch the bottom. And knowing how to fin, it's all part of the training. And unfortunately, you have people who are like, I've been diving for 40 years and I know everything. Meanwhile, they're the ones picking up all that silt and all the silt at the bottom.
And kicking you in the mask with their fin.
I'll tell you what, I did a night dive in September. I was so excited. You get to see octopus and all different things you don't see during the day. And there was this guy, and he was, all this experience and all these dives under his belt. And the whole time he was kicking me in my head. And I was trying to avoid him. Literally, if I saw him, I would either go above or below him. And he just followed me. The whole time, in the dark, he was kicking me. And I'm like trying to figure out where the dive master is, where my buddy is, making sure she's okay. And he's just oblivious to everything around him. It was tough. There's some bad dives. You get some bad dives along the way, but either way, it's still tough.
So you dive in the dark? That's a thing?
We're trying to get her.
How would you do that?
So you actually don't get on the boat until just before sunset. And you get on the boat, you're hustling. I'm losing my voice. I talk too much.
Oh no, Jesse's loving it. Continue.
So you get on the boat and you're like hustling to get the tanks ready, get your scuba gear ready, and make sure that by the time the sun actually goes down, you're just about ready to go into the water. And at that point, it's like the sun is literally, you have like this one gleam of light, and then all of a sudden it's pitch black and you go underwater and you've only got this little, it's like a water, the water activates it and it's just a little flashing light. So your dive master knows where you are. And then you've got a flashlight and that's it. So you're basically, all you see is whatever you light up with your flashlight. And then at one point, the cool thing in Cozumel, where I usually dive, is there's bioluminescence. So
cool.
So you just take your light and you put it against your chest so it's dark. And you can just see moving the water. You kind of just start finning and you see all this bioluminescence. It's amazing.
Cool.
Really
That'd
incredible.
be cool.
That would be cool to see.
I've seen a couple.
I've seen videos and pictures, but I'm sure it's nothing like actually being there and seeing it all around you.
You've got to imagine, one, you're not deaf, but it's like you're clouded almost. You don't hear anything besides your own breath. It's like you're meditating underwater, and then it goes pitch black, and you see, it's just a whole experience. There's no way to explain it without you actually getting to do it yourself.
Like
Are you worried about getting lost? I'm intrigued by all of this. I don't know why you would want to dive in the dark.
You don't see during the day. You're not going to see an octopus come out during the day, but at night you can see this bright purple octopus coming out, changing colors as it's moving. It's just things that you don't get to see otherwise.
Or a big squid changing colors and stuff. That'd be so wicked.
You've got the moon, you know which way is up, and that's all that really matters.
Right.
I'm worried for you. I'm scared. I'm scared, Sonia. Don't get hurt. Don't get lost.
I've made it through about 6 years of it, so I think I'm okay. But I'll be careful.
Okay.
I'll let you know next time I go diving. Hopefully in November, if all this calms down. Right.
Nikki wants to know, have you ever seen the spawning of the coral? It is amazing here in Australia.
I have not. No, I'm gonna have to take a look into it.
What about going to Australia and diving on the barrier reef? Wouldn't that? I mean, to me, that would be an awesome trip.
I have been dreaming of going to Australia. Like literally, every time. The thing is, when I look at the ticket, the price of the ticket, I want to cry.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I literally, this year was the year I was going to go to Australia, which kills me because obviously with everything going on. but it's gonna happen. And unfortunately, a lot of the corals getting bleached and all that, and I want to get there before it just gets beyond beyond the point where anything's gonna survive. But it didn't work out. This year just kind of threw a wrench into all of my plans, as I'm sure for everybody else too.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I was supposed to go to Digstock in October. I was so excited, and everything got canceled because of what's going on. So
I can say this: Flash Bash did not get canceled.
It proceeded on.
Nope.
And was
So
great.
I'm trying to figure out it. Outdoorsy Gallo, Chrissy, asked a question of you, wondering where you. I'm thinking she meant lived in Ontario or loved in Ontario at one time.
She
Did you-
lived and loved in Ontario.
I haven't lived in Ontario, but
Okay.
I've been to Toronto for work. That's pretty much it. I did get a chance to dig with Darcy while I was in Toronto, which was awesome. We didn't pull up much. It was basically like clad and some junk, but it didn't matter because just getting to dig in a new place and a new country, it was so much fun. And of course, Darcy was really great from Kept Valley Diggers. And yeah, I loved it. It's beautiful there.
Let's see. Oh,
I just asked about the spawning coral, Nikki.
Yeah.
I did.
I'll see it one day. It's on
Asked Outdoorsy Gallows question.
Yep. Did we miss it? I'm sure we missed some. If we missed your question, put it in again so we can see it.
Yeah, we do miss stuff, even on slow mode.
Yeah.
I only made it 10 seconds, so people aren't going, what's this? I can't type fast.
that gets to be
What?
that gets to be a pain after a while.
I'm just now catching up on this chat. I should have been paying more.
It's hard to at
Thank you,
times.
guys.
Toronto, when did you go there? Darcy is a sweetie.
Yes, he is. Oh my God, he's amazing. I was there in, I think, September, and then I was there again in this March before all the craziness happened. I was there for a couple of days for work, and that's when I got to dig with Darcy. I was supposed to dig. Liz was supposed to come out, but I think something happened and it didn't work out. But it was a great time.
Take care, Mama. Thank you.
Bye, Bertha.
Sounds like, oh, thanks. Okay, Bob. Bob McCoy sent me a picture. Ooh. Sounds like you're having a really good time doing this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's it. Yeah, you have to have a good time.
The last thing I have to try that's on my list for now is gold panning head.
There you go.
There you go.
And
Come hang out with us
anytime
and you'll be
you're
able to do that.
You want to take next time you're here in Ohio, give us a little heads up and we'll arrange it.
Gold Rush days.
Yeah,
Gold Rush days.
every
September.
Labor Day, every year, the Buckeye chapter of the GPA puts on the Belleville Gold Rush Days at a beautiful lease property along the Clear Fork of the Mohican River. About a mile of river, beautiful grounds, and it's an awesome time.
Yeah, we have a blast
Everyone's
there.
invited, everybody. Except for you, Ronald. No, just kidding, buddy.
Gold Rush days.
Gold Rush days.
Yeah.
It's a big one. It's a lot of people show up there.
But is that still happening?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll have seeded metal detecting hunts.
Common
prospecting,
digs,
have
all
vendors
kinds.
there.
Yeah, it's night detecting hunt.
Yep, under black lights.
That's fun.
You know, yeah, I won a metal detector on my night dig, but that was at Fossick. That was still fun though too. But yeah, if you're interested, I'll send you a link for it.
Definitely, please
Or
do.
keep an eye on my Facebook page because I'll be posting stuff about it here in the near future.
Okay. Definitely gonna keep an eye out.
So where are you at?
I'm in New Jersey, New York
Oh, okay.
area.
Okay. You're
Uh,
not that far.
Ert Radio wants to know, have you ever had a paranormal experience while diving? Like ghost or, I'm not gonna say it's aliens, but aliens.
That's an interesting question.
I have never had a paranormal experience diving. I've had paranormal experiences for sure, just not
Okay.
diving. Thank God. I think I'd be terrified. Like, it's bad enough. I mean, not knowing if there's like a shark underneath a rock or a cave or something is one thing, but when you can't see it, that's a whole nother level of no thank you.
Right. Absolutely.
I've got to do some paranormal activity stuff soon.
Well, yeah, our buddy Ert Radio there, he does a lot of interviews with people who do paranormal, and he's into that. We're kind of into that a little bit too.
I've always wanted to do it. My mom used to literally scream at me because I was that person who had like the Ouija board and was like doing all sorts of stuff I shouldn't be doing. Going
Conjuring
like,
up demons.
Buildings and like there's this one property that has like they had mental health patients, but I'm talking like 100 years old, and it's not a pretty sight, but I was that person who would go in there and just have a blast, just like exploring and waiting for something to come up.
Where are you at? I'm looking for you.
That was me. But I've also
I hear you. Me too.
I've had enough experiences where I know for a fact there's something else out there, and you can argue with me till God knows what, but you will not convince me otherwise.
Oh, I know there is too, good and bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, that I also believe in paranormal experiences. I've had mine, but I also believe that you can trick yourself into believing that's what you're experiencing. You can convince yourself, and if you're already in that mindset, you can convince yourself that that's what's happening. I mean, and you see it on some of these shows a lot too, where they'll go in convincing themselves this is going to happen, and it does happen, according to them. I never hear it or see it, but they do.
Well, if you guys want to hear a story.
Sure.
I was maybe 10 years old. My sister was in the Army at the time, and I was visiting her down in Fort Bragg. And again, I was the one with the Ouija board. But I was visiting her for the summer, and my mom was coming to pick me up the following morning. I was just heading into bed, and all of a sudden I had this anxiety. If I laid in bed, it's like almost like my body was picking itself up. I could not lay in bed. I felt like there were bugs everywhere. I was panicking. And then I was like, okay, I got to call my mom. So I called my mom because she was supposed to drive down the next day. I talked to her, and I was like, okay, maybe now I'll calm down. Still, I was freaking out. And enough that I literally started praying. And I was asking a friend of mine who had passed away maybe 2 years earlier. He had a seizure in his sleep, but he was in my grade, maybe middle school, whatever it was. And I was literally like, I know you're watching over your family right now, but I need you to watch over my mom today because I don't know what to do. My mom I fell asleep after that. My mom came in the next day earlier than expected. The first thing she says when she walks into my sister's house was, "Were you calling ghosts again?" And I'm just looking at her like, I don't know what you're talking about. I had completely forgotten about everything the night before. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, oh my God. My mom told me, she was like, the whole night I couldn't sleep. I felt like somebody was in the room. I felt like somebody was watching me. I know nobody was there, but I felt it. And I hadn't said anything to my mom about any of that happening, about me being so worried or whatever. I never mentioned that. And so I knew she felt something there. And that was my friend sitting there watching her that night. And because of that, she left early the next morning. And who knows what could have happened if she left when she was planning to. But I know for a fact it happens, and it's real.
I'm a believer too.
Have you had any experiences?
I would rather not talk about that.
Oh, what's worse is my dog is like super sensitive, and he sees things all the time, and I'm just like, what are you looking at? I don't see anything. I'm a little worried, but
Oh yeah.
they know it.
Our dog does that, and we think it's Judy's dad. He must have some unfinished business here. Oh.
Well, this house that I live in, been here, I think, over 30 years. There isn't a dog that we've ever had that will go down in the basement. They all have refused to go down the basement. In fact, one of my dogs, when he was a pup, I took him downstairs and he whined and cried and just stumbled his way up the steps to get out of there. I mean,
that's major. There's something going on in that basement.
That's like 4 different dogs that refuse to go down there.
Can I come look?
What?
She wants to come look.
Do you want to come look? You want to come see the shadows?
Yeah.
I think it's Ruby's aunt or her mom. I'm not sure. It's one of them that leaves. Like, I'll go in the bathroom right now, and I'll bet you the bathroom cabinet door is open. And if I ask Ruby, she says, no, I close it. But I can go in there later on tonight, and it'll be open. But I just close it.
Wouldn't it be something evil if all those dogs don't want to go around it?
Now, do I think it's evil? I don't think it's evil. I just think it's there. If it was evil, I think it would be doing stuff to...
Yeah, it'd be more like a poltergeist. Really mischievous. Yeah, plug your toilet up all the time, and who knows what they'll do.
I feel like
I tend to think that if the dogs are scared of it, it must not be good.
Well, I think it's... I don't think dogs can tell the difference between good and bad, but they can tell whether there's something there. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but I do think that dogs can sense good and bad.
Well, yeah, that's true, because I had a dog that loved everybody but one guy.
And he was a bad man.
No, he was actually a nice guy, but he obviously was an asshole of some kind. You know? But you know,
we got one.
Yeah, we got one. It's nothing that scares me. Whether it scares the dogs or not, I think they just don't like being down there with it. Because I've never had any real like scary experiences or any type of activity like being pushed or scratched or anything that would hurt.
Missing gold, you put something down and it's not there, and then it's over there.
Yeah, that happens all the time. No matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm doing, I lose half my tools that way. But nothing that I've ever worried about. I just know that there's something here. and I ain't worried about it. Obviously,
No.
obviously it doesn't. We don't bother it either. You know. So whatever. Who knows? Let's see. Outdoorsy Gal said she worked with mental health patients for 25 years. It was my career. I have also had paranormal experiences.
She also said, I think treasure hunters have a bond with the paranormal for the most part, and I tend to agree with her.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Well, because a lot of times you're stirring up history, right? And
That makes sense.
It's been told that, you know, there can be certain items that these spirits or whatever you want to call them can be attached to. If you pull up a 100-year-old, I don't know, brooch that, you know, something is connected to, it might come home with you. But there's a higher chance of us doing that than somebody who doesn't metal detect.
That, and we all love a good story too, and both of those provide a good story.
Well, yeah, imagine how much of that story you actually make up in your head as you're finding and looking at it going, oh, this could have been a murder weapon.
Well, just think how she would be on RKO on a dig then, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. That's always fascinated me. I think that's so cool. That's up there with.
GoPro Unlimited says the ghost in his house drinks all his beer.
Yeah.
and Bob McCoy, the maker of my ugly stick, just showed me a picture of my ugly cane that he's making for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really cool. It's gnarly, boy, let me tell you.
Gnarly.
Gnarly. It's going to be a gnarly one. Let's see. Yes, items can be attached to spirits. I found a ring once that freaked me out a little. Like I said, I think sometimes we scare ourselves. And then sometimes that little shadow that you think you see out of the corner of your eyes really was something, you know.
You just get a feeling, you know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can handle an alien better than a ghost.
I'd rather see a ghost than an alien.
An alien might probe you.
Yeah, and that might not be too fun. Woo.
B3 repellent.
Yeah, that's true, Lady Spitfire. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, I think I'd go for a ghost faster than an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it kind of depends on how the alien looks like.
I'd like to talk to either one of them.
Okay. Let's ring up ET and see what he has to say.
ET call here.
You like the Mars attacks? Nah, nah. And country music killed them critters. What a show.
Oh my goodness sakes alive.
So we've traveled a whole gamut of subjects here, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Wow.
Definitely.
How about you got any good fish stories? Oh yeah, you did tell us a good fish story. The shark whales.
Yeah.
The whale sharks, yeah.
Yes, whale sharks, shark whales, whale sharks. The big.
Yeah, all those sardines.
Yes.
But I've got to go fishing hopefully this month also, just to kind of get out there and check out my new fishing pole since now I have one.
You gonna use that little kid's fishing pole?
Is that where you're gonna go?
Sorry, I heard.
Where you caught the fishing pole? Is that where you're gonna fish?
No, I should probably start by getting my license, but I'll work.
Oh, good idea. Good
But it's
idea.
you can do it online and it's like instant, so it's not a big deal. But I'm probably going to go to a larger lake or something to go fishing. Gerald has some kayaks that she wants to take out, so we have plenty of ways to get out on the water.
Cool.
So that'll be a good time.
So your friend Carol, that's her name? Right?
Gerald with a J.
Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
Gerald. You known her a long time?
No, funny. Actually, the first time I met her was that first video when we pulled up the safe.
Really?
Yeah, we're both friends with Jersey History Hunters with Audra and Rachel. And we ended up friends on Facebook at first, I think. And I was fed up because there's nobody in my area who was out metal detecting and magnet fishing. And I was tired of it because it's a lot more fun when you have other people.
Well, sure.
I just posted on my Facebook. I was like, who wants to go magnet fishing or metal detecting this weekend? And she responded. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, you're right. She's literally like less than 15 minutes away from me. So
Nice.
Perfect. And
nice.
We both love the same stuff. Like we all metal detect, we magnet fish, we like fishing, just being outdoors.
Right.
So it was like, it just ended up perfect timing. And since then we've been doing some magnet fishing together, and there's a ton of other stuff we want to do also.
So you guys struck it off really well. That's awesome. That's awesome, especially when you're doing activities like this. It's really awesome when you can get together with somebody who enjoys what you're doing as much as you do. You know, your friends. You start doing this, and you spread out into metal detecting. You spread out into doing this and doing that. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Super important too, because regardless of what treasure hunting you're doing, more than likely it's going to take time, like hours of time. You need somebody who's patient, somebody who's got a positive attitude, because nobody wants to be around somebody complaining all day, whether it's the sun or I'm not finding anything or whatever the complaint is. Nobody wants to be around that.
Right.
Finding somebody who just has a really positive vibe and somebody you just easily connect to and can laugh about stuff. Like we see each other all the time, and it's just like part of it. You can't get away from it, and we both enjoy it. And it's not like either of us are going to get mad about it. If either of us pull up something really cool, we're both super excited. It's like the perfect friendship, and I'm super grateful to have met her, and that we've been able to hang out recently, and I'm looking forward to more.
Is she in the chat room?
I don't think she's in here today, but again, I haven't been paying too much attention to the chat. I can't focus in too many places at once.
Does she have a YouTube page?
She does. It's Barefoot Adventures.
Oh, I haven't seen that name.
I think I've seen her around, actually.
She has been on Jersey History Hunters occasionally and some other streams lately. She's just getting more active in YouTube now. But she does have a YouTube channel, Barefoot Adventures, bear as in like BEAR, Foot Adventures. And she has some stuff out there with like her nephews going magnet fishing. And she's got some, she's actually a personal trainer. So she's got some great videos with her clients up there that kind of make you want to get out and kick some butt and actually do something, which is cool.
Cool.
Southern Cross Prospecting says, I've been watching Sonia's magnet fishing vids. Looks fun. It is.
We're just a mess. We're just a disaster together. And I think that's what is half of the fun, because, our interactions are just, we don't care about what people think, and we're just having a good time.
Right.
And if you think I look silly, I really don't care.
There you go.
And for that one person who thinks I might look silly, there's maybe 10 people who are enjoying the video and having a good time and laughing right along with us, and those are the people that matter to me. I don't care if
Well, think about this. We're doing this live show with you tonight, right? We've got 3 thumbs down. Why? I don't know.
Hey, I look at it this way. One more thumbs down, please. We need 2 thumbs up. 2 for 1. 2 thumbs down equals a thumbs up.
It's
We
interaction.
love you too.
That's right. It's interaction.
Right.
We love you too.
Took the time to watch at least part of the video. They made the effort to hit thumbs down because they've got nothing better to do. But you know, it's still interaction. The algorithm is what it is. It picks up interaction. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. It's surprising because we usually only get like 1. Tonight we got 3. What did you do to us? Not your fault. No.
There are some haters
No,
out
it's-
there.
it-
and
no,
I
it's-
can probably name 1 or 2, but I'm not the type of person to do that. I'm just gonna take it as it is and roll the
Right.
punches.
Yeah.
You know, it's YouTube. I can't.
Look.
Right. I hear you.
Deal though, those 3 thumb downs don't mean a whole lot. What means a lot
It's
to us
1.5 thumbs ups.
Right. Well, not only that, but you probably gained some subscribers tonight.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know.
sure. I haven't even checked because again, I can't multi-focus right now. But
Well, no, I was actually talking about Ed.
oh, well, there you go.
You know, Ed probably has even gained some subscribers tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, I did.
Yeah. So,
And
thank you.
Thank you.
we don't even need those haters anyway. Like it's the people who are bringing positivity and enjoying the videos. That's what we're doing it for. It's not.
Right.
It's
Not for the other ones. Exactly.
To have the
Exactly.
Flash fam like we got, I'll take a couple of haters.
Yep.
You know, brush them off your shoulders.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can't take this stuff seriously. I mean, if you're getting like 100 thumbs down and 1 thumb up, then you might be doing something wrong. But
Then you would have to start questioning what's going on.
yeah,
You know,
but
you have to look at your videos first.
yeah, there's gonna be people out there who are just negative Nancy's, and there's nothing you can do about it, and just can't let it phase you.
Right.
Southern Cross has a good point. Haters are your best viewers. Gives you watch time.
There you go. You're gonna sit there and watch it just so they can know what's happening.
Then
Then
they
you get watch time, and you're probably not gonna comment. So you're saving me the time of having to reply to a comment anyway.
Yeah, right.
And it could just be a passive.
See, with
you
me, I'm not gonna put thumbs down on a video that I don't like. I'm just not gonna put a thumbs up.
Right.
right.
You
You're
know,
not
and
gonna
I'm
comment.
gonna
You're not gonna nothing.
The only time I will ever put a thumbs down is if I don't agree with something that the person's doing. If they're being, you know, scuba diving, for example, there's a lot of videos, people touching marine life. You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
So if it's something that I'm against, I might put a thumbs down. But it's got to be something like you just being reckless or trashing something or whatever the case is. Otherwise, if I'm not enjoying a video, I move on. There's literally hours of content uploaded every minute. There's no reason to
Constantly.
waste the time putting a thumbs down. Just move on to the next video.
Right. If I do take the time to put a thumbs down, I'm gonna also comment. So, you know,
Yeah.
but I normally don't. I just move on.
Right.
But we're in overtime.
Yeah, we're 11, almost 12 minutes into overtime. Unfortunately, I'm waking up earlier nowadays and driving an hour to work instead of 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
It was great having you on, Sonia.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, I definitely did. You guys are
And
awesome.
we weren't too hard on you, or
No, you guys are great.
Should have saw her in pre-show. She was all
Stop it, Ed.
nervous.
Way to put me out there.
They're my family. I gotta be honest with them. You know. But you did totally awesome. You let me finish, girl. You did totally awesome. Like you're a veteran. Like you've been doing it for many, many years.
I told you there was no reason for you to worry. You did an awesome job.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on here. It's my first live stream. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I mean, I had a blast. And based on the chat, it looks like people are enjoying themselves too. And
yeah.
Oh, they've loved you, girl. You did awesome. Awesome. It was a total pleasure. And I didn't mean to totally throw you under the bus there, but kind of, sort of. But
okay. I'll take it.
She's like, just wait, payback's a beep. You know?
Right. So yeah, you know, it's really been a pleasure sitting here talking to you and learning some new things about scuba diving.
Definitely.
I especially enjoyed having another female magnet fisher on.
Well,
yeah.
I wish I had my magnets to show them off right now, but they're all in my trunk.
Well,
they're all in my trunk too.
we'll have to get you on again in 6 months, a year, or whatever. And or you could call in some Open Line Tuesday, which is the last week of every month. And you could show some treasure porn or whatever you want.
I plan to. You just wait till I get out back in the water.
And if you know, even if you've got an event coming up that you want to talk about, you're more than welcome to come on one of our open mic nights and talk about it.
And
awesome.
If any of you want to get a Set Your Coils Free shirt or free the coils shirt. I'm sure I could talk Mr. Lodak into putting the link out in the description, because I still want to get one. You know,
Jesse's going to work on a Grab Your Nugget shirt.
I'll get one. It'll be my warning.
Is that one nugget or two nuggets, Dano?
Well, usually nuggets coming in twos, right?
Nuggets.
One at a time, so I don't know.
Do we want to go there? You know, when I make Dano balls, they come in sacks of two.
We know. We know.
Delicious sacks of two.
Hey, did you get some? Weren't you supposed to meet up with Luke?
I did. And
did he have
brought
some for you?
Oh, yeah, he did. They're in the video that'll be coming out Friday.
You didn't have any Flash Bash?
Yeah, I sent her home with a sack full.
You didn't send me home with a sack full.
Yeah, I did.
No.
A bag?
You sent, no.
Oh, Rose ate them all.
No, you didn't give Rose any.
Well, so she says.
Quick
no,
question
they weren't in
for
there.
What's in your trunk?
I emptied the cooler. There's nothing in there.
Oh, sure. I gave you some to go home on. Did you eat them before you went home?
I would have fessed up to that, and I would have said thank you. I did not get a bag to go home.
I know what it was. Ed seen me put them in there and said, yeah, she ain't taking them. I'm eating the balls.
Probably what it was. Ed wanted your balls.
Ed's a peanut butter junkie.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to fight later for stealing my balls.
Just Sonia.
You know, that's for eating all those Reese's in front of me last week.
Understand what we're talking about. Buckeyes.
They're a candy treat. Dano makes some excellent ones.
Buckeyes?
Buckeyes, yeah. They're
balls.
Is that an Ohio thing?
Peanut butter covered in chocolate.
Okay, we're making another left turn, aren't we?
Yeah, we did.
We've already been there. Oh my goodness.
My balls will be dipped in butterscotch this Christmas.
Now Benzo's saying he didn't get none.
No, I sent Benzo and JP home with everything that was left.
You'll have to
See,
talk to JP about that.
Barb loves me. She gave me extra when you wouldn't, Gano.
That's just because she's a suck ass like you.
Whatever.
Yeah, he wouldn't eat my white balls. He only wanted to eat the chocolate balls. I don't know what's up with that. They're all chocolate no matter how you look at them.
I like dark chocolate and milk chocolate, not white chocolate.
I love white chocolate.
White chocolate's better for
Next
you.
time I'll send them all to you.
And I make them in crunchy and smooth.
Oh my goodness.
So again, Sonia, thank you. And we should be signing off here.
Yeah. Next thing I know, it'd be a half hour. Please stay on the lines, Sonia, and after I say good night to all our family out there, thank you all very much for joining us for this most excellent adventure with our friend Scuba Sonia. It was a pleasure. And all of you who participated in our little fundraiser last night, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Yes. You guys prove how great of a community this is.
Most
last night.
definitely. So on that note, next week we're having Tony from 5280 Adventures. Tony's a great guy from Colorado, fisherman, detectorist. Not sure if he's a prospector, but maybe we could work on that a little.
I sent him a gold pan.
Send him what?
I sent him a gold pan back when he first come around the show and stuff.
Oh, so maybe he's been panning. We'll find out next
We'll
week.
find out.
Hope to see you there. Until then, may you always have a flash in your pan.
And you know what he's going to say next.
That's right, Jesse. And know why? Because it happens.
Yes,
Ask
it does.
Angela. Right there. Maybe one day, too, we'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. Much love. Wow.
Night, Ed.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Dano.
Good night, Jesse. Good night, Angela. Sonia, thank you.
Hey, good night, Ed.
Good night, everybody.
Dorsey Callow, KP Lawns and more, Southern Cross Prospecting, Mr. Lodak, happy birthday.
Again.